Hey, this is Jayden. I'm usually preschool leader in the 3-year-olds. I got Saul's surprise on the road to Damascus today. So one night, while Saul was watching the followers of Jesus, he did everything he could to make them stop telling people that Jesus was God's son. Saul arrested Christians, threw them in prison, and sometimes even had them killed. But the church kept growing and growing. So one day, Saul went to the high priest and got permission to arrest any Christians he could find in the city of Damascus. Saul and his helpers set off to Damascus one day, just before they reached the city. A ray of blinding light from heaven flashed and hit Saul, and he fell straight to the ground. Saul heard the voice of Jesus and asked, Saul, Saul, why do you keep hurting my Christians? Why do you keep hurting me? Then Jesus' voice told Saul to go to Damascus and wait to be told what to do. When Saul got up to obey, he couldn't see anything. He became completely blind. So Saul's friends led him to Damascus, where he waited and prayed for 3 days. God spoke to a church leader named Ananias and told him to heal Saul of his blindness. Ananias, that's a pretty funny name, but we can all say that together, Ananias. But Ananias was afraid to meet Saul. He knew that Saul was in Damascus to arrest Jesus' followers, but God assured Ananias that Saul would spread the good news about Jesus to the kings and people of many nations. Ananias obeyed God and went to the house where Saul was staying. Ananias put his hands on Saul and said, Brother, Saul, Jesus sent me here to help you see again. Immediately, scales fell from Saul's eyes, and he could see again. Praise Jesus. Then Saul got up and was baptized. He wanted to show everyone that he believed in Jesus. So, instead of arresting Christians in Damascus, Saul became friends with them. In fact, he began preaching in the synagogues, telling everyone that Jesus was the Son of God. He was such a good teacher that no one could argue with him. Everyone who heard Saul was amazed. Is this really the man who came here to arrest Jesus' followers? But not everyone was happy about Saul's change. Saul's old friends who didn't believe in Jesus decided to kill Saul because he wasn't on their side anymore. But Saul heard of their plans, and Saul had some very close friends in the church, and they came up with a plan of their own. And in the dark of the night, they lowered Saul in a large basket through an opening in the city wall. Because of their help, Saul escaped. And when Saul got back to Jerusalem, the Christians were afraid of him. How could they trust the man who used to be their enemy? Only Barnabas believed Saul. Barnabas helped everyone see that Saul was truly a follower of Jesus. Soon Saul began preaching about Jesus in Jerusalem. Then he traveled far and wide, teaching many people in many different countries about God's Son, Jesus. Amen.